Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka, and we are always gonna be here. I'm just kidding with you guys. I'm just kidding. Golly. So, welcome to another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 12, episode 17. And thank you guys for being subscribed to the channel. Definitely means a lot, actually. But if you guys are a returning viewer or new viewer, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this episode of the Cloud9 podcast if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way, you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. And in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, we are going to be talking about the semifinals and finals for the LCK 2024 Summer Split. Going to be talking about the LEC, and then I told you guys we would do the Cloud9 portion of that video I want to release to you guys in this episode. So get ready for some awesome banger content. And Mr. Blanks is here, and I have no clue why YouTube always sends me your videos a day late. I even tell them right when it happens, like, why am I no notifications? You'll release a video, and I'll watch, and it'll say you just uploaded it, but turns out you uploaded it 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Crazy.
It does that. Like with mine, it gives me like 4 hours behind. It's like, okay. And sometimes I'll watch it, and I'll get the notification after I watch it. I'm like,
isn't that weird? Yeah.
That's habit. You know what it is too.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on if you don't got the full bell on, it does that. Or sometimes you'll have the full bell on, but it's something that has to do with the phone. If your phone's not on when the notification goes off, it sometimes turns it off and then turns it back on. I found this out when I was looking through it. I was looking for my stuff earlier. I was like, oh my god, that's why your videos sometimes work. Like, because I'm watching something else and then something comes up and I'm like, oh shit, okay, that's why I can't. That's why I'll miss your video sometimes, because I'll watch something else and then your thing pops up, but it's like, and then I can't find it. It was like, and then it wasn't it, and then realized it was hours before. I'm like, oh shit.
And also today, had a chance to do a one-on-one with Anna's Gameland. Once again, it was awesome to see her again. You know, spitting all kind of riz. You know, women love that riz that I spit. You know, it's too good for them.
That girl felt uncomfortable. She looked uncomfortable too. I was like,
"What do you mean, man?"
She's laughing just because she
no. What do you're saying? She's laughing at me and not with me? Crazy.
She's not laughing at you. She's laughing to just make sure that you don't try to do something.
I asked her if she eats dude's ass. You think that was a deal breaker?
Yeah, you can't ask her on the first day. That's a certain day. You gotta take her out. You gotta see how she eats, and then you look. If you take her to a seafood place, and you see her just eat the fuck out of some mussel, and you gotta look at her. And you gotta as she's deep in some seafood. Like, do you like eating ass? And then she just nods her head yes. You turn your butthole, you put some whipped cream on it, and you make that dessert for her. It's like you gotta be you're way too open. It's good if the person's open, but if the person you just met, you can't do that. You can't do that when you just meet somebody. Like, can't do that. I remember I told her.
No. She's been on the show before. She had 2 appearances when the show was just on Rumble and Twitch and X, and then she was on a panel show. She had just came back. She went on vacation to Dubai.
I must have not seen her in a while, because I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I told her she could be my stepmom. Like I told her, hey, and she said she wanted to feed me a sandwich, and I was like, hey, yo, hell yeah, a woman cook me food.
Man, she want to make you a sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God. Well, it was great talking to Anna. And what else do we have happen this week? So I know people wanted to see the Star Wars videos that I did for Nerdrotic and that hate campaign that happened. They're done. I just have to edit them. I've been so nice. I'll be honest with what happened today. After we had that podcast last night, yeah. I went over to my bed and I passed out. I woke up at 9 o'clock, went to the bathroom, fell like asleep, woke up at like 12, and I was like, damn, most of my morning's over. I told you I was doing that video, the follow-up one. I put all the tweets together. It was like 20 minutes to do all the tweets together for that follow video. Then I went back to my bed again, and I fell asleep until like 5 o'clock. Oh, sorry. Well, after the tweet that I compiled, I did the show with Anna. After I did the show with Anna, I passed out until like 5 o'clock, and then I went to the store and I cleaned up, and then I came back, and I was like, damn, fuck, my whole day's gone. I had to stop spending the entire day sleeping. Fucking hell, dude.
Okay, first of all, what the? Okay, I saw what the fuck is going on with Star Wars right now?
What? To be fair, what is not going on with Star Wars right now?
I saw something Strider. Strider posted. I was like, what the fuck?
Terrible, dude. There's these people that actually wrote a Donzo manifesto, like a Menace did for Blabber and Fudge. An entire Donzo manifesto. Hey man, looking back on it now, was a Menace wrong? He was fat and retarded, but was he wrong about Blabber?
He wasn't wrong. It was just the way. It was just the way he put it out. Anytime you put it, you can. Oh damn! Okay, Kansas City just scored a touchdown. You can't put out a fucking manifesto. Now, a manifesto make it seem like we just had the incident. I'm not gonna say what happened, but down in Georgia. Guy apparently wrote a manifesto. I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, here we go with this shit again. And it's like, oh, I was like, Chaz be hating, bro.
Oh,
like,
hey, hi, Emily. How you doing?
Hey, man. I'm just trying to get me to let it, but this motherfucker want to say no.
What do you mean? She wanted to be my stepmom, and I was like, just don't get stuck,
Oh yeah, no, trust me, you gonna come in and I'm gonna be stuck in here already.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna help you get this
and then I'm gonna pull it out. And
No, stop, just stop. See right there. See, you incriminate yourself too much. Love Emily, you incriminate yourself too much.
Guys, the show won't be on Twitch for about 2 weeks. I got suspended when I was typing in some gamer chick's Twitch chat. Apparently, you can't say the word wank.
Oh yeah.
So they even told me you shouldn't post this, and I didn't care. I should have been more attentive to it, but I was just so tired. I just posted it anyway.
No. Sometimes you just don't give. I got banned out of Gage's thing for like a week because I said I like Nimnims.
Oh, man, I've heard that guy forever.
Cause I was like, he said he didn't like this kind of deck. I said, man, I got an original top of this deck banned. I'm like, bro, you too damn sensitive, man. I'm like his dad passed. I was like, all right, cool, man. But I'm still on your ass, Nim. But you cool, man.
It's crazy how Konami communicates like a few times, and people are just waiting to get on their knees for Konami. And it's like people have to factor in. People have been begging them for years for communication. Not even like you have to do it. It's more like you just give us some kind of like update on what's going on with some stuff.
This is watching it right now, Emily. Let's go. I'm not really rooting for either team, but I kind of want to see Kinsey to go 3-peat. Everybody can be shut the fuck up. It's like there is no competition between him and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is good. Patrick Mahomes is great. Let's get that out of the way. Second thing, with the whole thing was Konami. The whole thing was Riot to a certain degree, but the whole thing was Konami.
Riot does communicate. They actually just are retarded.
Konami,
they don't even know what the hell they're doing.
I will be honest. As someone who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, Konami is more structured than Pokemon in a sense. There's when it comes to tournaments, Pokemon waxes them. I'm talking about prize structure. Tournament-wise, Pokemon's not much better. The judges of Pokemon are awful. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Ain't much better, too. Them motherfuckers will miss a whole goddamn penalty and be asleep. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! The thing is, too, Yu-Gi-Oh! Judges, the judge test for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so much easier than Pokemon.
Keep in mind, we were around before that even was a thing. There wasn't actually a judge test at all before.
Yeah.
That's actually just a recent thing. And they didn't even pay people to do it. It was just basically considered like volunteer work. You were just doing it for the community.
Pokemon judges, if you get selected to work, you get a voucher. That's mean you get free. I think you get hotel up to a certain amount, I believe, and free hotel and airfare paid, unless you live in close to that area where you can drive. But they pay for your hotel. I'm like, oh shit, That actually saved me a lot of money. In my opinion. Main thing I can say about Yu-Gi-Oh!
What's up, Angry Vulcan? How you doing, man?
Digimon, I tried Digimon. Digimon is just not it for me. I'm sorry. I love Digimon when it comes to anime. To me, Digimon was the most captivating anime out of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, and Pokemon. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, Pokemon video game, Digimon anime. Digimon just had the most interactive. Just it was the same shit all the time, but the way the story was told just so excellent.
I always said Digimon as a actual anime peaks way harder than both of them, but it's just the thing.
Worst card game.
Yeah, it's just they have the worst card game. Pokemon does very well at the video game portion, but the anime is just, I wouldn't call the anime bad. It's just pretty it's just by the numbers. It's just very just
the anime is the same shit. It's just someone, Ash or May or whoever has to go.
Yeah, it's literally just like trainer, gym badges, big tournament, rinse, wash, repeat. That's it.
Yeah.
But like if you have to factor in having something as basic as that is fine as long as they're kind of like good. Changing it. The thing that Pokemon does change is the Pokemon that you get every single time. That's the change.
That's why I say that is like is at times better. Like Digimon was still be better, but it's like because Yu-Gi-Oh is like this. If you're talking about DM, GX, 5Ds, they probably peaked harder than the others. I think all three are popular, but which one do you think was the most popular for its time? I think it was Pokemon anime wise.
Yeah, like Pokemon, that Mewtwo movie was super big.
Because that Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie didn't hit the same. That Digimon movie definitely didn't hit the same. I remember when that Digimon movie
came out. It feels like Pokemon, despite it having the more weaker of the anime storytelling sense, it's just pretty basic, it peaked harder than both of them.
You know what? And also, it came out first.
Yeah, it's just like, if you watch that first Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, like I've watched it 1,000 times. It's just not as good as.
Oh no!
Like if you just compare the Pokemon first movie and that one, it's just night and day different.
Digimon hits so much harder. I mean, when I say Digimon is hits, but the movie to me, I remember I went back and I was like, can I get a different? I collected all the Digimon
you
movie
said
cards.
You said your one was the legendary bird one. That was your favorite one.
Yeah, the 2000
one. Yeah. My favorite one's always the Entei one. That one is so good.
I love Entei, but I think at that point I was kind of I gotta look up the Pokemon movies then.
It's movie 3. It's when they
Then I was still watching it. Then I know which movie I'll leave a Pokemon.
It was always going to be pretty cool. Like Ash is about to fall down and die, and then Charizard just saves him. That's the time he left Charizard with that one lady. Charizard just swoops in and tries to fight Entei, and like, what's crazy? There was this Pokemon reel that I saw where these trainers, not Ash and Brock, they've been cycling out kind of like new people for some seasons. These guys all tried fighting Mew, and Mew beats them up, and then Mew heals them all, laughs at their face, and leaves. Mew is just a menace, honestly.
Yeah.
God, what a little fucking shit.
Okay. I remember the last movie I saw in the theater. It was Pokemon Forever with Celebi. And this is the reason why. October 11th, 2002. I remember Wizard of the Coast closed about a month after that. It closed right before Thanksgiving. They were selling all the cards. I remember my mom was buying packs on packs on packs of Pokemon. But at the same time, Yu-Gi-Oh! Coming out. That's me. I was kind of moving away from Pokemon. Because Pokemon was seen as back in the day, if you were a kid, you went through phases. Pokemon was seen as a kid. It wasn't seen as a saying, oh, you still like Pokemon? You must be like 5 years old. It was like, but
now people still think that way. They're like, oh, you like that nerd stuff?
But guess what? Your girl like that nerd shit, and you don't know it. Now, that's why she said, oh, I'm going to hang out with my friends. She's going to hang out with me playing Pokemon. Lucky she ain't playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I put her face down like a trap card. But but I remember. Okay, I remember the third movie. I remember that because that was
last watch. Last Pokemon movie I watched was when Cartoon Network was airing them as new. I think the last one I watched was the one with Arceus, or the one before that was the Pokemon Ranger one. It's the
Pokemon Ranger in the
blue
Temple of the Sea.
Yeah, it was when they try to promote Manaphy, that baby version of that other
Yeah,
Pokemon, not the baby version, the main version.
yeah.
It was that one, and then the Darkrai one was the last one I saw.
Last one I saw in theaters was Pokemon Heroes Latios and Latias. That was 2003.
I never watched that one. I never watched the Celebi one or the Latios one.
Celebi, that was the last one I saw while I was in middle school then. Pokemon Heroes was the last one I remember seeing in theater.
Did you ever watch Destiny of Deoxys?
Nah, I
watched that one. Did you watch the Jirachi's Wish one?
I'm not gonna lie.
That was 2003. That was after the Latios movie.
The last movie I remember watching was the one that came out on Netflix, Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution.
I never saw Mewtwo Strikes Back.
It's pretty much it's just the animated version of the first movie. It's just literally it's just a more touched up version of the first one. Because after that I just wasn't into Pokemon anymore. And the thing now is the reason why I don't practice during the week as much. If I play at work, I don't play at home. If I don't play at home, I'll play if I don't play at work, I play at home. Because Pokemon practicing, you get tired real quickly because it's the same motion. That's why that whole argument I remember, and there was a video by Gigi Wajo saying, "Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh will always be a better mechanically style game than you," because it's just more interaction. The issue is the interaction is so fast paced, I don't even feel like Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I missed Yu-Gi-Oh when it was like 2010, 2011, even though I left after 2010.
Yeah. Oh my god! I never got a chance to ask him how he feels about Kang just being removed from the MCU. I never got a chance to ask him that. I haven't talked to Warner in a while. Hope he's doing okay.
I kind of saw it coming once the whole thing was.
Oh yeah, you knew that once he had that issue, they're gonna remove him, even if he is in the right. It's just
even when they found out he was in the right, it was like
it's just they don't want the bad press associated with that at all. Like even he didn't do anything wrong. It's just
bad press plus him being a big black guy, she being a small little white woman. That didn't.
Yeah, did you actually read the testimony of what his lawyer? Because he didn't actually. He put a testimony out, but he said he had his lawyer do it because he's probably like really nervous. If you actually go and read the lawyer's testimony about what he had said compared to what she had put off from her lawyer, dude, his side looked a lot more credible. I'm just saying.
Oh no, his side was more credible, but the whole issue is it's the court of public opinion. Sometimes these judges they don't go by what actually is lawful. They go by they look at the individual themselves and just like, you are more aggressively, you're more of a presence than her, because you look at him, you look at her, and it's like, even if she was the one aggressive, he's trying to run away from her.
Yeah, but like the thing is, as you know, like me, no one would believe she would be more aggressive than him, given the size stature between them. Yeah,
and no offense, some of these judges, a lot of these judges, if you hear the way they talk in cases against black men versus white men, it's not always race. Sometimes it's by stature and the whole case individually. But it seems like with a lot of judges, and this is with black judges too. I've noticed this now. It's with black judges. There's mostly white judges, but black judges have the same thing too. If sometimes they go in like believing that the plaintiff.
Oh, dude, you know what I found out today?
Oh no, not plaintiff. Defendant.
You know that girl that I don't think were around back in the day. Vera Dark. Even her content is fine now.
Vera, wait a second.
She was the girl that had that video where she said magic is better than Yu-Gi-Oh. Remember that a long time ago? That's her. I didn't know that was her. I was like, wait a minute, I remember that girl. She had the post about why Yu-Gi-Oh sucks compared to Magic the Gathering and why I quit and I hate it. I was like, that's Vera? God damn, time is thrown.
Wait a second. Is she on wait a second. Is she on YouTube?
Yeah. She does gaming content more now.
Okay.
That was her back in the day. Pretty sure that video is still gonna be up. This guy's a crazy lunatic. This is her now.
Okay, she looks familiar.
Yeah, I was like, that was her. I remember when that happened. People were like, they were like, you said Magic was better than Yu-Gi-Oh. Just
And the sad part is, it's not.
it was just her reasoning. Her reasoning was like, what she said was just trash. But the no one even cared what she even said. It was just more like, you said Magic was better than Yu-Gi-Oh. Now we just gotta just. All right. Well, let's go and talk about some league. Let's talk about the LEC. Yeah, I'll do LEC first. Well,
Yeah,
everyone. The 2024 LEC season is over, actually. Winter, spring, summer, and the LEC 2024 season finals are concluded. G2's won everything. No, I'm not shitting you. G2 actually just straight up won everything. Now, keep in mind, G2, Mad Lions, and Fnatic will be representing the LEC at the 2024 League of Legends World Championship, which is beginning September 25th, from what I know now, because now it's actually moved a little bit more up in September because you get more time in the offseason now because people know going into next year, the season has to start earlier because we're having that third international tournament. Yeah. Because before you started watching, it'll be a whole month off, no league, and just straight up just October's when you do it. But now they're doing it a bit earlier, which is, league coming back is always cool. When there's no league for a little bit there. So, yeah, let's start with Mad Lions. Basically, Mad Lions did well in winter to a certain degree. Basically, just didn't give a fuck what happened to them in spring. Summer, they were, I shit you not, people. They were at a point. They were 1-7. Had they lost any game, they're out. Any game, they're done. But then it was a combination of Vitality, Rogue, sucking, Carmine Corp earlier the year was sucking to the point where it gave them, and they actually won their last few games. Then they got into playoffs, in summer playoffs, you could kind of see they were kind of somewhat coming back to form. In season finals, they upset G2. They actually faced Fnatic. They probably should have been in the season finals, but they let Fnatic go in their front door and win the game.
So just walk right in and like,
that's it. There was a point in the year, remember we were talking about them in summer, they were just bad at everything. They were actually a 10th place team. They were just shit at everything. And then they ended up obviously losing to G2. I feel like they put up a better fight against G2 than Fnatic did because at least one of the game one, Mad Lions won against them, was at least somewhat convincing. And then, so them at Worlds, Mad Lions is bombed in play-ins before, back in 2020, back in 2022. So if they bomb in the play-in stage, I'm not even surprised anymore. They already did it twice. Doing it 3 times would be like, well, why do these guys just can't get out of play-in stage, And moving on with Fnatic, well, Fnatic's year was basically they lost to Mad Lions in winter. Then they got to the spring finals. They lost to G2 3-1. They got to the summer finals. They should have won that one. They didn't. They actually lost 3-0 this time around.
After they beat G2 3-2 in the upper bracket finals.
True. Mm-hmm. This is what they actually broke that curse. And then, come on. When they broke that curse, Fnatic hadn't actually beat G2 in a best of series since spring 2022. That's when G2 had Flaccid and Tark Hamas. Those aren't, Tark Hamas. He's just a ham. He's just trash. Then they get to that finals. They play the worst finals ever.
G2 came back around and spun the block. Fnatic just didn't do nothing. And Humanoid was soft ending that whole game, that whole series. The minute Fnatic was up 9,000, 8,000, 5,000, 10,000 gold, it's just nothing.
Even when G2's blatantly throwing the series to them, here, you can take a trophy, you can get one. Well, I want it.
I don't want to participate. I want to earn it. Fine. You're not going to get nothing.
I still can't believe G2 did this in the series. In that series, because that was the worst finals ever, G2 didn't do anything special. All they did when they were behind was group 5, team fight, and win.
Yep.
And they did it not once, not twice, but 3 times. Noah and Jun are staying around in the upper part of G2's red or blue quadrant in the map. And then just like, why are they there? They need to get killed. Hansama gets 2 more kills on Kaisa, and Kaisa's a late game carry, so you can't really get that champion that many kills. Then Noah eased over the wall on Ezreal. Just he has no flash. Like, it's just so bad. I hate it. God, that was the worst finals ever. That's the worst finals of all time. And then Fnatic are like, we got season finals, guys. And then They face off against BDS. They clap BDS, but it's like BDS have been BDS from summer to that point were already shit in general. Remember, they should have lost to GX. Ignar's like, watch me. Watch us have no season.
And then on Reddit, there's a LEC Reddit. Someone said G2 purposely lost to Mad Lions because they saw that Mad Lions was a better team than BDS, and they felt like the only team that could take out BDS was G2. I was like, Fnatic can, yeah. But no one has faith that Fnatic will be good on that.
That's the thing about sports, man. People don't understand. It's that, like, I'm not trying to shit on them just to be an asshole. I just don't have faith in them. You know? I don't have faith that if a Fnatic carry has a gold lead, that at Worlds, they're going to be able to do anything with it. Guys, keep in mind, this Fnatic team is worse than the one that they sent last year. And they're like, aren't these the same players? Well, they're actually playing way worse than they are now. They're playing way worse. Humanoid was way better last year. Razor was Razor about the same. Othgrenin is worse than he was last year. Even though he had a hand injury. And he was better. Noah is worse than last year. At least Noah could play like some late game carries and carry.
Did you see that video I sent you where Noah's confidence? I told you Noah was confident in shit.
He even said after we lost the summer split finals,
he thought about retiring.
Yeah.
I told you his confidence is shot. You can't fix somebody that has no confidence.
Also, he's hungry. He's starving in the series. They ain't winning. He's trying to go to KFC and eat. You can't help him.
You can fix bad mechanics. You can fix bad lane. You can fix a lot of shit that is on the screen. But you can't fix. You can fix physicality. You can fix all that. You know, surgery. Say someone's hand injured, or if something was practice. You can do that with practice. But you can't fix somebody mentally. Sometimes that shit takes something within you to fix. You can bring them to a psychologist. Doesn't mean they're gonna get fixed. Like, I told you it was mental. I told you it was fucking mental. Something about ADCs, they either are good enough or they crumble. Like,
and that's the other thing about Fnatic is that when you look at the finals that they played against G2. Guys, I forgot because I misspoke on the last show. They had a 250 stack. No. They had a 600 stack Smolder. How do you lose with that? Even Faker could carry the game at a 600
because
stack
Smolder. It was on Humanoid who was soft ending.
That play in the remember in game one they had that fight in their red side. Remember they're on blue side. Humanoid walk back in after the team fight's over, and you're just like, how do I believe this man's not throwing? He has all the gold on an immobile carry like Smolder. 600 stacks. How does this keep happening? Fnatic, I have no faith in them. At Worlds this year, they aren't going to get close to quarters like they did last year. They might actually go 0-3 drop, like our regional records. They're going 0-3 drop, like a lot of these other LCS and LEC teams. 0-3. Fnatic look like crap, guys, this year. People are like, but they have Jun. Yeah, Jun actually played like shit in that finals. He looks worse than Trimby at this point. Yeah. Trimby wasn't stronger mechanically, but at least they had better macro decisions when they had Trimby. Dardo can't even answer why they got rid of him. It's so bad, man. It's just on fire. And then they had the AMA, and I know they put it behind the paywall. But that's not even like the biggest problem. The problem is like they're like, what? Well, G2 they just have more money and they could just like buy the better players. People would play for Fnatic. You don't understand how popular Fnatic is. They'll just play for you. What players are you picking? They went last year with Advian. Where the hell is he at now? Why did they go for that fucking dude? They had Reckless last year. They had option of Carsey before Vitality had him. Remember, Carsey won a title last year on Mad Lions. They had an option of Unforgiven. They had an option of keep Upset. All you got to do is probably kick Humanoid or Razor because they don't like playing with each other. They kick Hillosang. No one wanted to play with Hillosang. Okay, but Upset did. Upset didn't like that they kicked Hillosang because they wanted to keep Razor and Humanoid. Like, I just don't get it. They don't have to subject themselves to bumfuck people. Why are we subjecting ourselves to Noah? They can get better than Noah. I hope you can. Literally, you could put like Exit Kick on the roster and make him a bit stronger.
I don't know about that. I don't know about Exit Kick, but I think if you give him the right champion and the right comp, yeah, because he's not his
this
confidence
team is
stronger.
Man, the team is so mentally just distraught.
Oh no, yeah, it's trash.
They're so lucky. Worlds is in Europe this year because they don't have to go out in boot camp because they could just like let the Asian teams come to them and they could just scrim at home. People factor in.
But apparently, a lot of Asian teams ain't gonna be coming to like a week before. A lot of them ain't gonna be.
Oh, we know it happened in Worlds when you first started watching. Man, why would they come here and get shit practice when they could just get all practice, power up, come here for like a day or two and just play? That's it.
It's sad when they said the challenger teams put up more of a fight than
even what G2 did when they first got Flacked and Targamas, they would play up against just LCK, the backup teams to the main teams. They said they were just as they're basically like almost just as good, but the level that those challenger teams are at are just so much higher than the average team. If you're factoring, Fnatic can't even do well domestically when it's just the domestic region playing. How are we going to expect them to play on the world stage in front of an entire crowd of people cheering for them? Imagine a Fnatic or pair up against like Hanwha Life. We know what's going to happen. They're second seed. Hanwha probably be a second seed. Peanut's going to butt fuck Razork in the ass.
It won't be set. I don't think it's second seed on second seed.
Oh, no, I forgot. It's randomized. So after the best of ones are what, 2 days, right?
It'll be top four. That's me. Depending on who gets fourth, it might be Fnatic. Actually, no, it could be Fnatic versus Hanwha because Hanwha Life will be third seed.
Well, yeah, keep in mind, it's Swiss system. So there's the 2 days of best of ones. Then the losers out of the best of ones go into the best of 3 brackets. So keep in mind, so Fnatic go into the best of 3 brackets, they ain't winning no game. They're going 0-3 drop. If they have to face, let's just say hypothetically say, let's say T1 doesn't get to the finals of Gen G, and T1's the 3rd seed. Who in the right mind believes even if T1 looks like bad as they do right now, why would T1 lose to them?
Google UC versus Noah would be fun because apparently that's how it was before. And they said Guma would just...
Keep in mind, what if Weibo's the 3rd seed? Well, no, Weibo are 4th. Weibo could face Fnatic because they're 4th seed. That's what the Swiss system is. Light will clap Noah, people. Light is actually pretty fucking good.
And the crazy part about it is Weibo stronger last year. No, stronger this year than last year.
Yeah. LNG. Well, Gala's good, but I don't missing it. Not missing. He has that shitty. Is that Hong? Oh, calling Hong is trash. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Gala. The thing is, they have scout. Guys, put factor in. Last year, LNG beat Fnatic too. They had a worse roster. They had a better roster last year. This roster not as strong, but can still probably beat the shit out of them.
Knowing how they do the structure, there's a good chance that round 1 could be Fnatic versus BLG. We just see Fnatic get the shit clapped at. Ben, you want
Ben against versus Chad Oscarinen. Yep.
God.
I'm not trying to be mean, guys, to Fnatic, but look at the competition they're gonna face this year.
Chris versus Jun from
who's better on engaged champions out of Chris and Jun?
I didn't realize that Chris won a world championship with.
Yeah, he did on IPX. Yeah, he was in the World Finals last year.
I totally forgot about that. I was like.
He's always pretty good. He's usually pretty consistent.
Yeah, I was oh shit! I saw him. I was watching the thing on Twitch. I didn't realize, damn, SPX actually was curb thumping the fuck out of people. I was like, oh shit, yeah. I was like, yeah. I forgot G2 got to the finals.
And then, as we saw this year, Fnatic can't beat Gen G. We already saw best of 5 of that.
Oh,
Gen G are on a wall, and Fnatic are trying to do this to the wall, and it's not getting through.
Yeah,
nothing they do. The thing is, even if Keen is inting and running it down on Gangplank,
Page versus
not good enough to punish that.
Page versus Noah again because they played in.
You're right, they did play, and Page beat the shit out of that guy.
And then don't forget, both of them were in challengers too.
Oh shit, man!
And Page is
if you really look at all the ages,
Noah's like 20, 21, and Page was 16, beating the shit out of him. They said the only person Page did not beat when they were a challenger was Guma Yusi.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then but Page had more of a hunger than Guma had the hunger too, but Page's hunger was like
Noah's hunger is it's pretty big.
When it comes to food, they man.
Or what about because LCK sending 4 seeds? Let's just say randomly DK is gonna go. Well, Fnatic ain't beating them. DK are literally just Fnatic, but way stronger.
Showmaker versus Human Earth.
Aiming versus Noah. Aiming versus Noah. That might be the biggest mismatch of all time.
Yep.
Like, yeah, Oscar Rennie could probably beat Kingen because Kingen's pretty trash.
Nah, Kingen's
you don't think so? Kingen can run it down in 2 games.
But Oscar can also run it down.
To be fair, you're probably right. Oscar Rennie can't play Renekton. He just can't.
Yeah.
How can you not play Renekton?
I don't Whippo who only play Renekton. It's like, what the fuck?
What about that Urgot pick he had? He used to play, I don't know. He lost
it's not the metaphor.
So hard.
It's not the meta for Urgot. It's the where you can, but you gotta the jungle.
I forgot. No, you're right. I forgot. Too many long range AD champions are in the meta and AP junglers. Yep, can't do it. Yeah.
All you need is 2 people with LDR and Urgot's getting shredded through, and it's gonna be a 4v5
let's look at it. Let's go. Team Liquid. Fnatic can't beat Team Liquid. 1-5. They're 1-5 against them.
That's why I'm saying fuck the LCK and LPL. These niggas can't be Team Liquid. They get 2-0, 3-1 by Team Liquid.
Noah got flamed Horizon by Yon. Yon had 90 CS. Noah had 24. Imagine that lead if it's Guma UC playing against him. They just get destroyed.
Noah made Yon look like fuck. Yeah, Guma UC. He made this motherfucker look like goddamn pain. This shit was disgusting. I was like, you made Yon look like a motherfucker. Like Humanoid made APA look like fucking Chovy the way he was playing. That's how bad. I was like, really? I was like, this thing. It was like, and that's why everybody said, oh, APA is the LCS version of Chovy. I was like, when he played against Humanoid, who's just soft ending.
Remember that game 4 draft earlier this year? Side with the Rillian Soul pick. Remember that? Where he didn't straight up run it down. If I see a performance like that as a CEO, you just don't get no paycheck that week. I'm sorry.
I'm firing the coach on that. That's a fireball finish for the coach. You do that shit, I gotta let you go.
They picked like Wei into Aurelion Sol, which is such a huge counter to Wei. Like, what is he doing? Yeah. Like that's the problem with Humanoid, is that yes, I agree. He is very skilled mechanically. You can tell he is good. He himself is so weirdly mental broken that if he's mentally broken, he just starts running it down. If he doesn't believe the team can win, he runs it down. If Fnatic fans are like, he doesn't do that, then I know you don't watch the games. That goes to tell me right there, people don't even know what they're seeing on the screen. This is the point I'll bring up with the Cloud9 video later on. Remember how you were watching last year? Yeah. When Jojo PM was playing well? To factor in the summer, well, I won't count spring yet. Different story. Summer, Jojo Pion was playing well. He was also getting every single resource on the team. They were all just funneling their resources into him, and Unforgiven was just a late game guy. He never actually won an early game in lane at all.
Oh, hell no.
You know, that's the problem that people got to understand. Is Fnatic doesn't even have a system like that. Humanoid himself, if he doesn't believe he can win, is running it down. To show you right there, people's eyes they don't even know what they're watching on screen.
Well, you know the sad part about it, Razor either sees it doesn't. He does, but he usually goes after Noah. It's like, rather, you need to go after the motherfucker that sits right next to you. This motherfucker is soft ending worse than Noah. We know Noah just confidently.
Razor, what's Razor going to do? Play through the bot lane? That bot lane, you can't play through that. You can't win off them.
You can't
win through Oscarinen. Oscarinen doesn't exist.
Fuck the part about they were up 3 kills of 5,000 gold at 15 minutes against G2. And then that shit disappeared. That shit. Yeah. Oh, we had 9,000 gold at 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. You get Baron, and then how the fuck you have Baron power up and damn near Dragon Soul, and you still lose? That's the part you gotta do. Wait a second. You had all the power ups, and G2 still beat you? It was up 9,000. They made a 9,000 gold lead, disappeared 2 team fights.
Mm-hmm.
In 6 minutes.
Do you know what makes Fnatic even worse, people? Even when they're ahead in those games, like you said, they are scared to even go to an objective, even when they're stronger on the map.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say they're the absolute worst team going in the world, because there's minor region seeds, but if you don't count the minor region seeds, they're the worst major region team at the event. I think they're actually worse than Mad Lions. Mad Lions are better. They're trash. Fnatic is terrible. Absolute dog shit. They're going 0-3 drop. They ain't winning a single fucking game. They might win a game in a best of 3 that they'll be in, but I have no faith in them. They're gonna get destroyed.
I was gonna say, depending on who gets, because it's 4 teams that get out of the playing stage, right?
I think, or is it 2? How many came out last year? Yeah, it was
because
It was
because
BDS.
you got the four Korean and Chinese teams. That's 8. You got the 2 LCS and LEC teams. That's 10. Is it 6?
Let me go check right now. Because only one advanced last year. Remember, it was just BDS, right?
Yeah.
So if only one gets out, whoo, that yikes! Imagine a world where Mad Lions has to play 100 Thieves to get out. What? Woo!
No, because they're on opposite brackets. That's
actually good. Yeah. So if they did have that happen, it would have to be toward the literally very end of that.
I think it's 16 teams.
Yeah, you're right. This year is 16 teams.
Yeah, that's me.
It's not 22 like it was last year.
There's 22, but only that means 6 get out of the player stage. It's ones you play directly, winner take all kind of thing on both sides.
Let me see. Give me a moment here. So we have, oh my God, Leaguepedia, hurry up. Oh my God. Thank you, ads. Thank you for the ads. Yeah, so in the play-in stage, their competition would be PSG Talon, Fukuoka, whatever name that is. Yeah. Fuck off, fuck around, find out, gaming or something. GAM, Viking, and Movistar R7.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's you get play stage. You get the round 1 is whoever plays it. Round 2, the top 2 teams get qualification matches, and then because all BO3s, and then whoever wins between those 2 gets in. That's probably gonna be Mad with PSG on top, and I'm gonna say GAM versus 100 C's, because I'm not saying that they're not gonna beat FlyQuest. I think it's gonna be an uphill battle. If they do beat FlyQuest, I'll be surprised. I'll be happy, but I'll be surprised.
They actually make the finals, that would be literally insane. To be fair, they had no pressure going in for the series against Cloud9.
They got no. I mean, thing is,
do you honestly think they're going to beat FlyQuest? There's no way you do.
I don't think they will. But then again, I didn't think they was going to beat Cloud9. I said 100 C's 3-2 because I gave them hope, but I didn't think it was actually going to happen.
At least if you thought it was going to happen, it'd be a lot more competitive. Like it was a back and forth series. Where
I said 3-2, 3-1, and it almost could have been a 3-0, but wanted to see kind of
that game 2 draft is so troll. That is so troll. That my pick is. What was that?
But honestly, even if 100
Aaron did for Quid, he ain't cooking like that.
But then games 3 and 4 were just stomps. Just JoJo just looked god off. We'll discuss that later. Holy shit.
Let's do the LCK really quickly. So, Hanwha versus T1. I'm gonna do this. I have Hanwha winning. I think Hanwha are a bit stronger right now. Now
I'm gonna go T1. There's every time somebody counts out T1 just finds a way.
That's the thing I'm hoping. That's the thing right there. Because in my brain, I'm Hanwha. I think you're stronger. But Faker just has that weird.
Hanwha is stronger. Hanwha is stronger, but the issue is Hanwha is only built to beat everybody but Gen.G. I don't know. I keep saying G2. Gen.G.
Oh, we know Hanwha is gonna lose to G2. I'm kidding, guys. They're probably gonna beat the shit out of them. G2 is so bad. So my thing here with the series, because the only actual problem with T1 right now is mostly just Faker, honestly. I think Zeus is stabilized fine. Gumis and Carrier can still carry. Owner can still carry if he's on specific picks.
Faker can too, but his champion pool is just all
he can play is Azir, man. He can't play Smolder. He can't play Corki. He can't play mostly any of the picks right now.
Smolder, you got to realize the way his hand is. Oh, Kansas City won.
Awesome.
27-20. The way his hand is, Smolder is too much tapping. That's gonna fuck up his wrist because he keyboard. He does mouse to right, and he injured his left wrist. That's where all the typing is. That's gonna do more damage.
And we saw him play Nasus. That that didn't
Masters
go
was
too
a
well.
fucking down. I don't know
He
what the
tried
fuck.
playing LeBlanc with Owner in that Hanwha Life series. They had no synergy together. It's the only reason I think they're going to lose is because of just Faker not being good right now. If they can somehow just give him some picks, have him just be on like Orianna and Azir, maybe Cassiopeia, and they can stabilize the game and let the other guys carry, that's fine. And they can win.
They got to build a comp around him though. That's the thing.
Do not give Faker Yasuo. Don't do a troll draft like that. Yasuo mid Lee Sin support.
Yasuo is not a bad champion.
No, and Yasuo got bad in the Smolder, especially in AD mid.
Yeah.
But they had no knockups. They had no knockups to facilitate that.
That's the issue. He was the knockup.
Yeah.
And that don't work.
Because I think Peanut can definitely beat Owner. We've seen that. Viper and Delight can match Keria and Gumayusi. Zeka's playing a little bit better than Faker right now, but I don't think that's going to happen long term. But just right now he is. And Doran, we know, can match Zeus. I mean, it's all. I mean, yeah,
it's
just
going off.
Yeah,
and because those 3 games were all winnable by T1, and like
game 2 was for sure winnable. They were just throwing really hard.
Yeah, it's like, and then they go down, beat DK. It's like it's one of those where and the same thing we saw the Shane shit happen in the spring. I think it's going to happen again.
Baker has that weird anime superhero thing about him. Oh my god, I don't know, because the thing is, actually for T1, even if you lose to Hanwha Life, if Gen G beats them, you're in Worlds too. There's actually a no-lose scenario. They don't go to World. That's actually crazy.
Genji's go to beat whoever goes to the finals. I think T1 puts a better fight because Hanwha Life is the shadow of Genji. Let's give you crazy how those are the players
It's crazy. Those are the players that won on Genji last year, and now they're just so much. Not even just worse. It's just the fact that Chovy is just that much of a difference maker between them.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Is, you know what I don't like about the LCKs? They're not even promoting Chovy. Like, everyone, when I was watching Faker, was like, is there going to be another guy better than Faker? Because he was just so good. You do. Chovy's actually just as good. No one promotes him.
He doesn't do anything spectacular. He doesn't.
Because Faker's going to be retired soon. He's not playing forever. Who's going to be the next face of the LCK?
But I'm going to be honest with you, and this is from seeing the interview. Chovy has no personality. Faker has a personality. It's just one of those very he's like the Office, very dry humor. Chovy doesn't really have humor the way you would hope he does. He doesn't have that personality. That's the issue. He's hard to market. Like, Deshaun is just like Deshaun, and everyone just glazes.
Like, you don't even see Chovy do I don't know. Has he done a lot of content for Genji? I'm subscribed to him. He hasn't really done a whole lot of content.
You know the issue is too. It's like none of those guys, all those guys. Okay. Let me put it this way. Mm-hmm. Genji and Hanwha are just there to play League. They don't really want all the spectacular with them. T1 is the motherfucker that is like everybody calls Kira the little cute little baby face assassin. Gumayusi. You got Keijo now glazing the fuck out of Gumayusi. Talk about it looks like a hot Korean pop star. Him and Han Sama. I was like, yo, Keijo, man, you gotta stop glazing. The amount of glaze, oh my god. Him and Kitty's like, oh my god, Gumayusi's so cute now. I was like, Kitty.
I'm not gay, but Gumayusi is pretty cute. Man, it looks pretty good. That's the problem with T1. They glaze up their players like they're just K-pop stars. Like, that's just
no. It's not even T1. They the T1 players. They just have all these players. Mm-hmm. Owner is the least like marketable. I'm not because he's not marketable. He's
the less attractive one of the group.
The personality wise, plus he has the blonde hair, throws everybody. Zeus, you just look at him, he's like, oh, Zeus, and another one, oh, he's adorable. They're all adorable. It's like, and you got people glazed. I mean, the amount. Oh my, the worst was Kira. It's like, well, there was somebody said, oh my god, it should be illegal to like Kira. He looks just so young and delicious. I was like, nope. Chris Hansen, you gotta call.
No. Remember I sent you that video that dude talking about Tristana? I'm like, jail.
Yeah. If you like Tristana or Annie Gale, just Chris Hansen, like call the execution to get him out of here.
Like that's Chris. The thing is Faker. I've enjoyed watching this guy's career for many years since 2015. he's at the point where it's like this might not just be like he's only really had like this as a bad split as a career. Imagine that playing as long as only having one bad split.
Yeah.
Next year, I don't know if he still plays. I don't think he plays past 2026. I
don't think he plays past this year, depending on what happens.
You said that last year.
I thought he was going to retire on top. See, I would.
Honestly, imagine that. Imagine that. He goes away for poopy, comes back, then they win Worlds, retires, drops mic. That would have been the best moment.
That's what I would have done. See, that's how Disney did this shit back in the day. He loses. Think about it. They did that with what's the movie Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
They made it. Think about it. Disney could do the thing where they show DRX beat them in the final, but next year T1 wins the World Championship. That's what they did with Friday Night Lights. They showed us the season where they lost in the finals, and then they gave us a little blurb at the end. Oh, but next year they went on to win the state championship. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck they show us that season? Oh, because that season wasn't as popular. It wasn't as polarizing. The fuck? See, they can do that with T1 right now.
So that's what I think. God, I'm saying Hanwha Life beat T1 3. I'll say 3-2.
I say you say 3-2. I would say T1 3-2, but I would not be surprised if it's Hanwha Life 3-1.
To be fair, T1 do not lose in any scenario because the T1 beat Hanwha Life guys to go to Worlds, and if Gen G face Hanwha Life and they beat them, which we know is going to happen, T1 go to Worlds. There's literally not a single scenario they lose. Nope. I mean, they'll be pretty mad that they lost to Hanwha Life again. That's pretty probably sad. But then again,
I think if they get 3-0, they'll be pissed. If it's 3-2, I think they'll still be.
That's how you can tell the Korean mentality is so much different. Like, if they lose to Hanwha Life, they're just like, man, it's like hurts them internally. Here, if the players lose, they're like, oh, well, fuck it. It's like, no, you should be pretty mad you lost. And especially embarrassing fashion like that.
I mean, well, what we're about to talk about, they were pissed. We're going
over that right now. Let's go. Now you guys here for the main event. All right. Hey everyone, I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about why Cloud9 failed in 2024 for League of Legends. So we did a similar video like this last year talking about why did Cloud9 fail in 2023, and we would like to follow up that video with the 2024 edition. And joining me here today in this video to talk about why Cloud9 failed in 2024 is Mr. Blanks, and we're going to go over what he thought about Cloud9 throughout this year as well. But it's very, very important to kind of keep things structured. That way people can kind of follow the timeline of what has been going on with Cloud9. So let's just kind of reel it back and talk about C9's previous mid laner, a menace, actually, who Cloud9 did win a title with last year and almost won a second title in the summer split for 2023. So literally after Cloud9 lost to Fnatic at the 2023 League of Legends World Championship, a menace actually did a link. You guys know what I'm going to say there. It's a reference from back in the day where Link wrote that Donzo manifesto about Double Lift. A menace wrote a Donzo manifesto about Cloud9 and the players on it before he retired. In that Donzo manifesto, he clearly called out players like Fudge and Blabber for not practicing enough. Keep in mind what you said there. Fudge and Blabber were called out for not practicing enough. Not Berserker, not Sven. A menace had said for Sven, he just couldn't work with him, probably because Sven is a pretty, harsh personality to work with. We were talking about just regarding League of Legends, right? So then in the offseason, Cloud9 ended up picking up, Jojo Pion, who had previously played on EG. And I'll talk about Jojo Pion in just a moment here. Cloud9 picked up Jojo Pion. That was the pick that everyone wanted Cloud9 to get. In hindsight, looking back, it made perfect sense. But when you look at Jojo Pion throughout his career, might not have been what we had thought initially. Then Cloud9 ended up replacing Sven, who was the role swap support that they had from the 2022 LCS summer split. Actually, they brought back Vulcan, who was previously on EG, failed there in 2023, went to FlyQuest, he failed there, and now he's obviously failed here on Cloud9. So that's your roster right there.
Failure, I see.
So coming into 2024, the LCS 2024 spring split, you had Fudge, Blabber, Jojo Pion, Berserker, and Vulcan. And this roster was supposed to be a super team. Win everything. Both splits. You know? In the regular season, 7-7. Keep in mind, a lot of people won't remember this. Remember that week break? Remember that 2-week break we had?
Yeah.
If they lost so much that if they did not go 2-0 that week, they wouldn't have even made playoffs. Keep in mind, they were that close to not making playoffs. They lost to Immortals twice, actually. They got to the playoffs. They threw out 100 Thieves first. 100 Thieves had a decent trajectory of their own that split, but, faced Cloud9, which is the team that could beat them constantly. They lost to them 3-0. The next one Cloud9 faced, they faced FlyQuest, actually. They lost to FlyQuest so hard. It was back when they had Jensen. They only had Quad at that time. Jensen didn't even die in that entire best of 5. Cloud9 lose to FlyQuest. Then they faced up against Team Liquid, and Team Liquid crushed them. There were so many issues with Cloud9. Fudge was running it down. Blabber didn't have a brain. Jojo Pion would try to make plays, but it just didn't really amount to anything. You could tell Berserker and Vulcan just did not work out. Remember that game against Team Liquid in the regular season, dude, where Berserker tried all-inning and he just failed and Vulcan didn't help him at all?
Yeah.
That's the type of shit we were dealing with here. So then, after Cloud9 fail in the LCS 2024 spring split, in the offseason, it was announced that they would bring back their long-tenured coach, Reaper, whom they let go at the end of the 2020 year for the LCS 2020 summer split, where that super team also failed. Reaper got to come back. Then they replaced Fudge with Thanatos, actually, because Fudge was just, yikes. Like, literally just, what the hell is this guy doing? He even admitted he played bad. And fans would go, Fudge didn't play that bad. Fudge said out of his own mouth he played bad, so stop being a fucking cocksucker. God damn, you people are just so fucking
I think he said that just to
we know he was playing bad. We watched the games. He was running it down hard.
But honestly, looking back at it, I think you...
So then, after that, in the summer split, given how it was structured with the LCS, they went back to best of 3s. Cloud9 had a schedule where they never actually faced the best teams until the very end of the split. Every single game of theirs, outside of like the first Dig series, they clapped everybody. Yeah, they actually did play pretty well. They beat the shit out of everybody. But you could tell when they were playing, there were some problems there. The mid game was very, very dicey. A lot of junglers were inting into Blabber. What that means basically is they were the ones playing bad. He wasn't actually playing good. That's what I mean there. So then they faced Team Liquid in the final week of the LCS 2024 summer split, and they actually beat Team Liquid in game 1. Oh, but then you had games 2 and 3. And then the draft was so bad. Remember, Reaper drafted Yone into, I think, Ziggs, actually. That Yone draft was just awful. They faced up against FlyQuest the following week. They actually beat FlyQuest, and they got second place, so they got the bye. So then the playoffs start. They faced against FlyQuest first, because FlyQuest early on beat NRG. They got third, because third place 6th, fourth place 5th. Yeah. So then Cloud9 faced against FlyQuest. And they look at butthole. They look like shit. Like, I mean, like, actually just like, bro, what the hell is going on here? This is all bad. Then people were like, you know what? They can still go to Worlds. There's no one else better than them. 100 Thieves. They ended up clapping Dig. Then they lost to Team Liquid, but obviously everyone loses to Team Liquid, actually. Then 100 Thieves has a Dig rematch, which goes to 5 games. Which is crazy because there's a chance they could have lost that. River pulled them out in game 4. They ended up winning game 5. They also go up against to face Cloud9. Okay, so then they face against Cloud9, and then the same problems keep happening with Cloud9. Just shot calling is not there. The macro is not there. The decision making is not there. The laning phases have all gone to shit. Like, if you took the regular season Quid versus the regular season of JoJo, you would never think Quid would. Like, you never think JoJo would lose to that guy. Quid was quite literally running it the entire split until the very last 2 weeks they got Tomo. The only player that was even playing good at 100 Thieves before that happened was Sniper. They got Meech was kicked off the team for Tomo. They started looking a whole lot better. Yeah, and they had their own, and then they had their own run, right? They had their own run. They in that series, even with the 100 Thieves looking a whole lot better than they did, people still predicted for Cloud9. And they got destroyed. The only reason why 100 Thieves lost game 2 is because River ran it down and because they picked Vi. That's the only reason why. If those two don't happen, they just get 3-0. That's probably even worse, honestly, of a more of an upset. Now, we got to talk about the players on the roster too. So I've actually met some of these guys in real life, so I'm going to be kind of nice. You know, they might probably watch this. Okay, I'm going to be nice here. I like Jack. I really do. I really admire his business sense. I really do enjoy what he's done with the org. But Jack, you really have to hire some coaches, man. One man is just not going to do it. Look at 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves have that guy, John, what's the name? The Golden Glue, that other guy who was on Golden Guardians last year, who made them look good. He's on 100 Thieves now.
And also the coach you hired was the last coach that did get to Worlds. That's me.
Yeah. So I would say to Jack, you need an actual coaching staff, because we know a lot of the team's budget went into Jojo Peon, who's going to command the biggest contract because they got it from EG, and EG were having a liquidation sale because they were going out of business, and they got to make that Skrilla. You know, they got to make that money, as the kids say. So I would say for all that, for Jack, is you need an actual coaching staff. I believe in Reaper too, despite what just happened. I do myself, but he needs help. You know, there's no way a one-man show can work like that. Even the best teams in the world, Genji and T1 and Homolef and all that stuff, they have a coaching staff. It's not just Coma. It's not just Dandy. It's not just Mata. You know, you got to have some coaches there. You know, there's no coaches on Cloud9. And let's go into, before I go to Reaper, he's like the least of the problems there. Let's go into the players, actually. So Thanatos came over, and Thanatos, despite having a better laning phase than Fudge, what is he really here for? He doesn't really do anything, you know? He can play better. You can see that he is better, but if it doesn't amount to anything, then what's the actual reason why he's here? And, you know, people know this about super teams, is like, yeah, you can't just straight up win with just 5 better players. Some teams with super teams can. It's very rare a super team can actually even win in league because of resource management and what you have to do to actually put into the players on the map to win. Thanatos, do I believe he's a stronger player, is weaker macro sense than Fudge is, right? He doesn't really know what to do on the map at all. Keep in mind, he just came over for one split, so I doubt he's getting kicked going into 2025. But you have to figure out, what do you want him to do? Is he a weak side player like 369 who can play carries if needed? Or is he a carry player? I don't know. They need to pick what he's useful for, right? Let's go to Blabber. Guys, Blabber has been good for a very, very long time. I mean, last year at Worlds should have shown you that. He got clapped pretty hard. Remember that T1 game where Cloud9 got perfect gamed? Guess who asked for the Belveth pick? Blabber did. You can just watch the voice comms. He asked for it. Okay, he asked for the pick. Clapped. Blabber looked bad last year. Blabber has, and I'm talking like domestically, you can still debate if he was one of the best junglers. That's a different thing. But this year specifically, bad. He's been bad for most of it. Outside of even though the spring regular season was not that good, this summer regular season he was good. But look at all that competition that he faced in that between. Remember, a lot of these guys were just really just blatantly running it into him. I think at this point, Blabber's been on the roster too long. I think you've already hit as much ceiling as you can with this guy. I think you just got to let him go. Honestly, it's over. You know, what else more can you do? It's the same thing we said with Fudge. You know, after what we saw at World 2022, why are we keeping this topside duo together? And at this point, why are we keeping Blabber on the roster? It's just not as good anymore. He peaked out. It's over. It's just, you know, you hit a ceiling with the team. You need a new jungler, actually. Jojo Peon, let's go to him. So, Pubatharin, I grilled the Menace last year because he was just choking in games. Like, he would just not do anything when it mattered. I never said he was a bad player. Come on, I never said that. I said he was just a player where if he didn't choke, it would look a lot better on the screen. He at least won for Cloud9. They at least got to Worlds last year with him. At least got to international events with him. With Jojo, they had nothing. They actually just got there. Jojo would go down arguably as the worst mid laner of Cloud9 because we didn't go anywhere with Jojo. There's no trophies with this guy. Pubatharin, in that spring split of last year, the LCS 2023 spring split, JoJo's performance actually regressed in that split. Remember? We're like, man, in 2022, he was actually pretty good. 2023 spring, he was not good, actually. He even said himself, he played worse in spring. Summer, he played a lot better, but that was because he also had the entire team investing all their resources into him. And Unforgiven, who was the AD carry on the team, he was their late game insurance policy. That's it. But what happened in playoffs? Completely, they didn't go anywhere. He missed Worlds last year, actually. The only time he ever went to Worlds was when his roster was Impact and Inspired. 2 players are also going to Worlds right now. Coincidence? I think not. So then, for Jojo Peon, he actually ran it down so hard in the series. I mean, fuck, I would probably just cut my losses there, get another guy. You just Can't be choking like that. This is 2 years in a row. That's 4 splits. That's more than enough time. Like, you got to get a new guy. Berserker was like head and shoulders the best ADC, at least top 3. His performance has pretty much fallen off a cliff all year. You could make the debate to keep him. You could. I wouldn't heckle you for that. But it's like, if you could find something a little bit better or more consistent, Vulcan has been playing bad ever since 2023. The EG roster failed with him.
Yeah.
FlyQuest failed with him. And this Cloud9 super team failed with him. That's 4 splits of failure for Vulcan. Keep in mind, it was so bad in FlyQuest last year, he didn't even make playoffs last year in summer split. For the LCS 2023 summer split, he didn't make playoffs. Barely almost missed playoffs for the spring split going to the following year as well. Terrible performance from this guy. Do people say they have hands? I have hands too, guys. Well, I don't know. They have hands. They can make things happen. No, they can't. They cannot. We saw this with our own eyes. Are we blind? Are we Helen Keller? Are we Ray Charles or some shit? No, they're clearly decent mechanically. I think it's highly overrated of people to be like, oh, they're good mechanically. They're decent mechanically, And the thing with Reaper is, he's done some really crazy drafts in the past. The LeBlanc drafts were just non-existently bad. And Jojo Pion had leads against Quid in one of the games, but it didn't matter because Zeri's just a better champion long term, and 100 Thieves had a better draft to lock down Jojo. Like, Cloud9 has failed the entire. This is the worst year by far. Fun fact: Cloud9 have made a finals in every single year since they've been in org in the LCS. So a finals every split, not every split, one of the splits of the year. So 2024, they made a finals. 2023, 15, 16. Every year, they've at least made a finals. Keep in mind, that's how dominant they've been in some years. This year, they've made no finals, no international competition, and they were barely relevant in spring. They were struggling really hard, and they choked in this playoffs, and they're not going to Worlds. Do I think they'll be in this America system? Well, yeah. It'll be stupid of Riot not to allow them in. That's just dumb. That's not a problem. That's getting in is not the issue. The problem here is, like, what do you do with the roster at this point? I don't know. This is even bigger failure than last year. At least they were at Worlds last year, and we got a chance to see a menace on the world stage against Faker. That was certainly one of the matches of all time. I'll say that. What do you think, man, about Cloud9's year?
Oh, shit. I don't know what.
Where do you start? It's just L after L.
Exactly. That's the.
Oh, let's just throw in this. Remember the new Cloud9 series, The Sky's the Limit? I don't know why they changed that. They should have just kept it on Cloud9 whatever. That's just nitpicking, but that's just me personally. Remember Berserker. Berserker was so mad at them for inting. He punched the wall or the door or whatever. He was so angry that they int so hard. They made his brain fall to the floor by how badly they int the game. Like, do you even I don't know what to do, honestly. The whole roster would have to be retooled. Blabber caps their team out at a certain extent. I doubt FlyQuest is getting rid of Inspired, so that's not gonna be on the table. I mean, there's always Spico.
The only you talk about for Cloud9.
Yes, they have Spica as an option.
Honestly, I know LS said that they were talking about getting a new jungler support. Jungler who do you get? Unless you're going Korean. I think that's what Cloud9.
They might honestly go Korean rookie since they have Reaper, potentially. Korean jungler. That's the thing is, at this point now.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Reckless is to support next year?
burn that year down too. Let's go 2026.
Oh, shit.
No, but I'll ask you, man, what do you think about their year? Because remember, coming to this year, super team, finals, both splits, winning finals, MSI, Worlds, none of that happened. Nothing of it happened. They didn't get to Worlds. At least if they got to Worlds, there might have been something salvageable. They didn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, it's just the worst year by far. No finals in the domestic.
Oh, no, it's easily the worst by far.
The drafting was just so ass at a certain point. I don't know, honestly, guys. It's just they need a different structure moving forward. I know Jax talked about like their systems at Cloud9, buddy. I think you need different systems moving forward. You know what? You can change the systems. Why not change them? Change them. They're not working anymore. Change them up. You know? And it's proven that Cloud9 can do well domestically, you know? But the thing is, what made Cloud9 do well, for a lot of people that have to understand this, is that they had personalities on the team that would whip you into shape. So if you're running it down in scrims, Sven, when he was on the roster, would be like, nah, bro, can you stop doing that? Can you stop fucking around? You know? Amenas and Sven are not the people to let you just run it down in scrims. That's why most of the problematic people on Cloud9, even though they won for Cloud9, aren't there anymore. Like Jensen, not there anymore. I'm not saying he was a problem, but Jensen's not going to tolerate people running it down in scrims. We know that. You know, so what I'm trying to say here is nobody on the team is the guy that wants to be that guy, unless Berserker's is blowing up at them. You know, there's got to be that guy on the team. You know what I mean? You have to have a guy where it's like, hey, like, come on, dude, stop fucking around. Like, we got to get our shit together. You know, Inspired does that for FlyQuest. When Jensen and Inspired had issues, we knew that was a thing. Rumors that Jensen and Inspired are having problems. Yeah, they're arguing how to play the game because they want to get better. Cloud9 doesn't have that, guys. In interviews, JoJo's talking like a black guy, and he's like, oh, yes, dog. Like, we just didn't play well because we missed an ability, dog. Bro, that's not how you lose a game. What year are you in? That's not why you lost at all, because you just missed an ability. That's not what happened.
He thought he was talking out of like 19.
Bro's talking like fucking Michael Jordan, like the 90s.
Yo, he sounded like he got in the class of Bonham. Yo, dog, I was like, then again, Koreans do like black culture over there.
He's not Korean, he's American.
Who?
JoJo, he's American.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, but he is Korean descent.
To be fair, his profile pic, he does have a picture of LeBron dunking, not LeBron.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. But he
put out the tweet a long time ago when he first joined the league. He was like, "There's nothing to tweet here. It's FlyQuest after we beat them," and then he retweeted that.
Isn't he of Korean descent? Because I know, like,
no, he's Canadian.
I mean, he's Asian. Where is he from?
What are you doing here, man? You're crazy.
You know damn well. Like,
no,
but yeah,
just, like him and Blabber are talking like us when we play. Like, oh, dude, if you didn't hit that ability, you win. But guys, in pro play, it's way more different than that. Yeah, in solo queue, yeah, if that person didn't probably hit their ability, you probably did lose because of that person. But that's not how it works in professional play. They didn't just lose because Blabber didn't hit a fucking Lilia. What's that knockup she does? That Q she does. They didn't lose because of that. They lost. First of all, you lost because the drafting is terrible. Blabber's on Ivern. That's stupid. Jojo Pion's asking for LeBlanc, running it down like my wife does in bed. You just run that bitch down. And then Berserker and Vulcan don't exist. So you're playing automatically 3v5 because that bot lane's been in the playoffs just god awful. Vulcan doesn't exist anymore. He's just coasting for a paycheck now. He's one of those players where he did so well and put out so much goodwill that people just can't imagine a world he's this bad now. You know, at least for Core JJ, he was really bad at a certain point, but Core JJ has fixed that. He actually has got back to form. Vulcan never got back to form. He's just been running it, actually.
But he also had no one to like tell him to get back to form. No one's like willing to be like, "Hey, man, you're kind of bad." You know, he just takes it in stride and keeps it moving. So,
what do you think they do? I don't know, man. Like, oh, do we get to Reaper? Oh, Reaper. So the thing here is, I know people are going to draw correlations between the summer 2020 failure and the 2024 summer failure. Reaper, keep in mind, Reaper was fired because of the bad drafting in that summer 2020 series when he kept putting Sven and Vulcan on Ezreal Yuumi. Yeah, for 3 games straight, he drafted Ezreal and Yuumi, and he drafted Ziggs for Berserker. Ziggs, your hyper kick. Berserker, your late game carry, your carry of the team is on Ziggs. Yep, you know, like, I don't know. What do you think, man? How do you think Cloud9 changes? How many players do you think at least move off the team?
This is crazy. I think it's 4, but I think it's 2 they fired, 2 that decided to walk.
Okay, you think they keep anybody? Honestly,
I think JoJo might be the only one to keep, and that's because they invested too much in him. I think Santos might walk. I think this might be a Team Liquid last year where they flamed out and everybody just decided to go back to where they came from before. I think Berserker might go back to Korea.
There's no way Berserker stays after this year. It's over.
San Antonio.
We knew he was trying to not be on the team this year. Remember, there was rumors he was going to go to Team Liquid or FlyQuest, So there's already signs there that he didn't want to be here,
One of the Thieves was a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
That could have worked. Then it would have been Berserker and somebody else. I forgot who would have came. I forgot who would have showed up, but yeah, that would have been like just nuts. I'm trying to think who else would have came. That's the thing. I don't know. That's
like they don't have a coaching staff, so hiring coaches is going to be easy. You just pick the best ones let Reaper pick the best ones that he thinks are good. They don't have people hires a player manager. He ain't going to count for anything. I don't really know what you do going into next year. The only thing that I would suggest is get a coaching staff and then suggest swapping out players. I would say at this point, Blabber's been here a little bit, not just because he's here for too long. You could be on a roster too long, but if you're not consistently winning or at some point making it competitively viable to win, you being there a long time is just a detriment at a single point. I feel like the team's atmosphere is just Blabber's atmosphere, because where Blabber came in when Sneaky was there and Jensen was there, and that atmosphere of we're just here to have fun. We're here to just chill. That's somewhat of Cloud9's vibe here and there. And Jack mentioned a long time ago, he probably was a little bit too stingy with that original roster about, cutting people when he needed to, when their performance just dropped off a cliff, actually. And that's the thing now, too, is, he was kind of like the last bastion of that Cloud9 from 2018. And I feel like Jack's gotten a little bit too complacent with keeping Blabber. You don't have to subject yourself to his gameplay anymore. You can get better, or someone that can just do the job just good enough,
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with Blabber. I mean, Thanatos, they already invested money into. I wouldn't say just get rid of him right now. There's potentially more. I mean,
No, I'm not saying they let him go.
He could be a Quid. He could be a Grimmer. Quid came in last year. He really just didn't do anything.
No, honestly. I'm thinking San Antonio might decide to leave.
Oh no, that's true too. That's possible. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking might happen. He might just be like, this ain't worth it.
Unless they think that Thanatos is going to be something like Quid became this year, which is possible. Get more time, you turn into something. But I think for Vulcan, that time's over. Vulcan just failed too many times. 4 splits in a row, man. 4 splits fail. They lost to Golden Guardians last year in the playoffs, but a roster of Inspired and Jojo Pion. So, any closing thoughts on why Cloud9 failed in 2024, man? You want to say before we close out a video?
Why they failed in 2024? They had what I call a paper team. They had a team that worked on paper, but not when it constructed. You look at it, you're like, this should work. This should work. But sometimes what should work doesn't work. And that's the realization. You realize, this team's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to do something. And that's the whole thing with Cloud9. You look at it, you're like, they massively underachieved. They massively underachieved because they looked at the potential of JoJo and then look at what he actually was. His potential's here, but you have to actually look at every game. He got worse each split. He didn't get better. And then you think, okay, we're gonna unlock him. That's not how that always works. You can't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Is there's certain players that'll have that unlockable potential, but there should be signs there that happened. Blabber doesn't have that. No anymore. His gameplay has just been either super stagnant or it just doesn't amount to what it used to amount to. JoJo just fell off a complete cliff. If you coming to the split, people were kind of mad they replaced Jensen on FlyQuest, but Quad has played way better than both of them. Quad actually pretty good.
I think Quad fit the team better because he doesn't have an opinion. He's just there to play. That's what a lot of Korean players are if you're not the leader of the team, you play your role and keep it moving. I think that's the whole thing too.
Remember, what did Blabber say about the team in spring? He said there was too many people, with too many voices on the team. We didn't really have a direction, identity. They went from talking to, because Reaper said this too. Remember, they were talking too much in comms. They went from talking too much to having so many different ideas they couldn't compromise to now not compromising on nothing because no one wants to be that guy. There's no middle ground.
Exactly.
Goes up beyond talking like a black guy in the hood. Hey, yo, dog, what's up, bro? You trying to get this weed, homie? Like, oh my god, our mid laner's black. Oh no.
Try to get this weed, homie, is crazy.
God, and Berserker like rapping in his voice. He already spitting the hardest bars when he talks. It just don't work, man. It's over. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, for my closing thoughts on Cloud9 for 2024, complete failure. 2025 is going to be the 2024 League of Legends offseason for Cloud9 is going to be really interesting. I do believe Berserker, I believe Blabber's time is done. Vulcan's time is done.
The Vulcan is definitely done. Blabber is 50-50. I think his time's done.
Do they have does Jack have finally the balls to replace him? He's been there since 2018 summer. Crazy, right? 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 6 years of this guy. 6 years of this guy. You know? He's like early on it was justifiable he plays. Now it's just, yeah, it's over. It's done, man. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you want to go subscribe to Mr. Blanks, I'll leave his channel linked in the description box below. Actually, make sure you guys go and check him out. Subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys for being here. If you're a returning viewer or a new viewer, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. Signing out, guys. Peace.
Peace.
That was pretty good. Now we have one more thing to do. Previews for the finals.
Yeah.
Previews. It's LCS 2024 Summer Split Finals time. All right. 100 Thieves versus FlyQuest. Who we got?
You think
100 Thieves pulled up the upset? You know, it's crazy they already beat Cloud9. Now, what if they go to the finals? That would be all right. Okay, now they're just peaking.
Yep.
I think them making Worlds saved their LCS slot too for Nate Shot to keep it in, honestly.
I don't think so. I think he already made their decision before. I think now it comes down to what he does. If he leaves, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be off. Because they said he made the decision weeks before the playoffs even started. That's me. Yeah.
So we will see what ends up happening. So 100 Thieves versus FlyQuest. Oh my god! I mean, I'm saying FlyQuest. I think they win 3-1. Honestly,
I'm going 100. I'm going 100.
You believe? They make you a believer now.
I mean, I've been believing. I said.
What's crazy is you stuck with them when they were like absolutely terrible in the regular season. They were
the same thing with T1. It's the same thing with G2. It's the same thing with when I said that the top 4 teams would not include JDG, Ninjas, or what's the other fucking team? The other one was up there. I said 3 out of the 4 teams that made it last year are going to be there. The one team that everyone saw was going to be there did not show up. JDG, and I said BLG was going to be the number 1 seed. I got it almost correct. What team did I put in there? I put a sneak. I can't remember which team I said was which, but either way, yeah. Honestly, yeah, that's what happens.
Oh yeah, if anyone didn't know, StreamYard actually charges more money now for the base version. It's $45 now for the base version.
Oh yeah, I gotta probably do that.
I'm still gonna pay for it. That's we got to use for podcast. You know, got to spend money to make money. Because if the channel ever becomes monetized, if we get paid from YouTube, that money would just pay for itself. You know. So I believe FlyQuest for me beats 100 Thieves 3-1, and then I think TL just wins the split against FlyQuest. I'll say this right now: if FlyQuest can't win a split this year, I don't know what's happening. I mean, they've made what, like two finals so far? 2020 summer, 2024 spring. And then now there's a chance. If 100 Thieves pulls off the upset against FlyQuest and 100 Thieves somehow pull up an upset against Team Liquid and win a title, that would be just, that might be some DR. You know what Spider said? What if they're just DRX from 2022? They just win everything at this point, you know? That would be a fever dream. But do I think it's going to happen? I don't think so.
Nah.
I do believe there might be a shot that they could beat FlyQuest. They haven't faced FlyQuest with Tomo yet.
Yeah.
The last time they faced off against FlyQuest, they still had Meech. So there's a chance it'll look a lot closer, but I still believe FlyQuest would win 3-1 in a longer series. And if Team Liquid face FlyQuest in the finals, I think TL just win 3-1 there too. I don't see a world where any team beats Team Liquid, honestly, right now. I think TL just going back-to-back. That means when the LCS is all said and done, Team Liquid would have won 6 trophies. Keep in mind, Cloud9 is not even going to be in the finals of the very last split of the LCS. Crazy. Who'd have thought that going into this year?
I did. I'm not saying I didn't have faith in them, but something about it, like, something feels weird. And I was like, something about this team just doesn't feel right. And I was right. I just didn't know what it was. I was assuming it was JoJo. I assumed it was JoJo, and I said JoJo and Blabber ain't gonna work, and I was right. But I didn't realize Vulcan was gonna be absolute dog shit. I thought he was gonna play a little better. I think that they was gonna pick up a new top laner out there, or they would probably stick with Fudge. But this is what I wanted to say too. Santos wasn't that much of an improvement over Fudge. Not the way you think he was. Because he hit both of them impacted nothing up. Tell me what Santos really impacted on 100 Thieves. I mean, not 100 Thieves, Cloud9. What did he impact, like, on the team?
As far as beside laning, that was it.
And half the time, he was just up there, you know, like he was just up there by himself. It wasn't like he was, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like you would say, basically for what they were trying to get rid of out of Fudge, they got Thanatos and didn't get much better.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's why I even said, like, if he doesn't really get much better by however long you want to keep him, there's no point in keeping him either, because they haven't really justified what reason they want to use him for. Because with a top laner, you should probably let them know what you're going to be. You know, he doesn't even know if he's going to be a weak side carry.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't even know if he's going to be a tank player or a carry player at this point, you know? So that's where we're at with the LCS finals. I think TL just go back-to-back. And I think FlyQuest will be in the finals. That's it. That comms video that I watch from them, they're just so, oh my God, Rivers just sitting there just like, yeah, I've been to Worlds before, you know? Yeah, just another day in the office, you know? Crazy how much Tomo's improved them. That's insane, you know? If he started out with them at the beginning part of the split, he might have actually got MVP. That's just crazy what an improvement he actually made with the roster. But yeah, anything else you want to say, man, before we head out? Oh my God, Amaranth's YouTube channel is terminated.
Yep, it's been like that for a while.
Amaranth's ASMR channel was taken away last week, and then her main channel is gone. Why would they delete her main channel? What? Like, what did her main channel do?
I forgot to read it. It was just the content she was putting up there. It wasn't family friendly and all that.
That's just so weird. Like, I know people don't like what she does, but I would never advocate for her to lose her entire YouTube channel. Like, that's crazy. You know, I know people don't like what she does. I fully get that. But to African people to lose their YouTube channels where they make their livelihood, like, come on, that's a little fucked up. Anything else you want to say before you head out? Anything you're working on?
Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I'm doing less and less Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I'm gonna keep it a buck, and this is gonna be
You're gonna keep it 100.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say I'm done with Yu-Gi-Oh, but honestly, this new balance that came out was just absolute. With it, I got my explanation on why I just don't care for Yu-Gi-Oh anymore.
As far as the trading card game, or just like the franchise?
Both that and Konami. I don't care for Konami like I used to anymore. It's the company is just they're in a position where I just look at them like, yeah, you guys. I don't know if you guys know what the fuck you're doing, but this is bad. Like I just look at it. There's nothing about them that I feel like confident about when it comes to them. I'm just, you know.
You're just a jaded human being in general.
No, I just don't have that same passion for Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I don't like if Yu-Gi-Oh's gone tomorrow, I'd be sad, but I'd be like, you know what, I moved on
As
because
far
I
as trading
don't
card game, I think it's
because the card game ain't the card this ain't the same Yu-Gi-Oh. And of course you gotta evolve and all that shit. That makes sense, but this ain't the same fucking card game from years ago. This you look at this shit. This shit is just so.
we got to get you back, man. We got to bring it back to the dark side.
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm over there chilling in Pokemon Land.
You'll be back to Yu-Gi-Oh. You'll come back. They always do.
No, I just don't have the love for it anymore. I it's like, and that's the sad part. It's like
you might get it back when there's a format you want to play. You think so?
It's been 2 years and this hasn't been a format. And then I'm looking at the new cards that come out. They're going for a hyper. What's the word? They're going for like a hyper. They're just going fast and fast. I'm like, this ain't it, man. This is not it. This format is not it. It's just this format is not it, man.
Yeah. So what other content would you do on your channel? Well, to be fair, you did other stuff, so you just yeah. So what content would you do?
Pokemon. Like I would just go on and do the Pokemon stuff like I always wanted to, but now I would just actually just have more reason to do Pokemon stuff instead of you know the Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like I like talking about the ban list, but honestly this new ban list is just like, okay, Konami really doesn't want to change the game because they have to sell a new product. And that makes sense. You have to sell the product. It's like you have to. There's, like,
yeah.
But
for me, if I ever got back into it, I just do like streams for Master Duel, market watches, and I probably just open up packs. That's all I really do.
Yeah.
Like the same shit. Like playing the game is fun. I think less investment into it is always the way to really keep your mind fresh in it. Lennon says she only goes without Yu-Gi-Oh play. Oh my god. I do need her for a Yu-Gi-Oh video though. There was an idea I had her for. So if I ever talk to her again, I have a Yu-Gi-Oh idea that she could be a part of. I've always had it in my head. I didn't do it when we were dating.
Yeah.
But I would do it when I started that up again. It would guarantee be the highest viewed video I almost ever did. I'm predicting for it right now. Because I know Yu-Gi-Oh players, when they see girls on screen, just click. It's just easy. I've seen it for many years. Girl boobs. I'm gonna have her wear like a tank top where her tits are gonna, be very visible. Woof! It's gonna be good. All right. And so that's it. No, you don't have any videos prepped, right? Or nothing you've actually recorded? Okay.
Not the actual moment.
All right. And I was going to say, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. Uploading Cloud9 podcast episodes to Rumble. I'm currently uploading in season 4 right now. We are suspended on Twitch for about 2 weeks. So we'll be back on there at the 17th. But on Twitch, I'm only going to just have like this show up there and like when we stream League and other things that I have planned. But I'll definitely be more, what's that word? More careful next time, obviously. And the Iron Man and Cloud9 podcast episode. So I found the episode that I was on for uploading the podcast. So I'm going to get that ready. So new episodes of the Cloud9 podcast and Iron Man podcast episode. So if you can't tune in and watch and listen to the show live, you can listen and watch the show on your favorite podcasting platform of your choice, actually. And I got more content coming. After we get done with this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, I'm going to take a little bit of a break, clean up, And then I'm going to get this other video done that I have prepped all right here, all throughout the day. Tweets and everything. Oh my God, it's glorious. You guys will see the absolute meltdown from some of these Disney Star Wars fans, actually. So, just want to say, oh my God, what the hell happened? Sorry, give me a second, everyone. Sorry, it just froze up there for a second. So, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this episode of the Cloud9 podcast if you enjoyed it, and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And have a great weekend, everybody. And we'll see you guys back here Sunday, 7 p.m. PST. If you're watching this show, we run twice a week. Sunday, 7 p.m. PST, and Thursday, 8 p.m. PST. And once we get all the, regular seasons, once all the domestic regions finish playing, we'll do like a world preview episode, and we'll probably end up taking a break around the week before Worlds, probably a week before, because if you don't take a break then there's no break until like literally the end of the year. And as we mentioned before, the season starts back up again earlier going into 2025. So we'll probably end up taking a break shortly before Worlds starts, actually, because there's a lot of stuff there I want to do with Worlds this year. We probably can't watch it live like we did last year because it's been in European time, and European time is actually earlier than when it's always in Asia. So yes, we'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast.